Alright, what's up people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped. Let me close my door because my AC is fucking blasting like crazy. And because it's kind of hot in here actually. But today, let me find it. Okay. Alright, give me a second here. Alright. What's up people of the world? It's me again, Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and I got my Tech Exchange shirt on today. It's a local gaming store, and today I've also got on my Dr. Cortex and nitrous oxide pins. I haven't worn these at all yet, but today I'm reacting to something today. Something that came completely out of nowhere from yet again, just like the Mario Direct. Anyway, I'm reacting to a brand new trailer for Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. It's about a 14-minute trailer from PlayStation Underground, and it's something I just completely just it came out of nowhere for me, and so yeah, it's funny that this video is showing a brand new playable character. This video is all about Tawna's gameplay reveal. Actually, it's funny. Me and my friend Michael were just talking about this shit last night. We were talking about Crash Bandicoot again, and we were talking about the prospect of Tawna being playable and how it was just a rumor at the time. And turns out that's true. And so I only saw like the first couple seconds of this while doing like a test recording for this. And I only saw like a one screenshot of one particular scene in the on Twitter, but other than that, I have no idea what to expect in this video. Not a damn clue. Other than I have no freaking clue, to be honest with you. So yeah, this I'm saying I'm all nervous again because I found out randomly on because I was scrolling through YouTube, right, and then I saw a video about One Loose. I'm looking at the thumbnail. It was called Crash Bandicoot 4 Demo next week, plus playable Tawna. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm gonna like, wait. So I'm like, okay, let me gather my thoughts. Let me fucking this was after I actually ate breakfast, so I was already awake. I had already like woken up enough to have seen the news. So yeah, just like the Mario Direct, I'm like, okay, let me take a second to breathe, and then let me just look into what the hell is going on. And so yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm waiting on. So yeah, and my nerves are all heightened again. And alrighty, so without further ado, let's go.
Oh, look at this outfit. Crash's outfit. So good.
Yeah, what in the hell is this?
Look at it.
It kind of looks like one of those dudes from fucking Exoforce or something like that. You remember the Lego Exoforce theme? The anime-inspired Lego theme? Pretty awesome theme, to be honest with you.
Charmer.
But anyway. Oh boy. There's
Hey,
Coco.
welcome to PlayStation Underground. Before we introduce our developer guest from Toys for Bob, we're super excited to showcase
I
a
can't
brand
tell
new
what
cinematic
outfit that
for
is.
Crash
I think it's a
Bandicoot
new
4.
one.
It's about
It's a pirate outfit,
featuring
I
a
think.
certain character's very exciting return. So we'll stay quiet while playing that for you now.
Thank you so much. Wait, Tawna? But you're different.
Hey!
You're not from our universe. It's good to see you guys. It's been a long time for me. We lost touch in your universe too, huh? Yeah, you could say that. What did we, like, die or something? What? No, definitely not. So how are things in your dimension? The usual. A bunch of evil scientists attempting interdimensional domination. Huh. So, what you collecting? Crystals? Gems? Masks. Ooh, fun. Well, good luck with that. Wait, you're not coming? worry, I fly solo. But I'll lend a hand where I can. In fact, I already have.
We finally saw a fucking cutscene. Finally.
Welcome everybody to another episode of PlayStation Underground. You got Tim and Kristen here.
Hey.
And we are so excited to be joined by Lou Stutter, producer on Crash 4, It's About Time, and Mandy Benenov, writer on the game. Thanks so much for joining us for a look at Crash Bandicoot 4.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Great to be here.
Well, Lou and Mandy, we're absolutely honored to have you both on to reveal Tawna and Crash Bandicoot 4. You know, first with that awesome cutscene, and now with a first look at her gameplay. Where do we begin?
Yeah, so today we're super excited to be on PlayStation Underground, revealing kind of our last playable character. This is Tawna.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's
Awesome.
the last
She's
one
got
to
a new
show?
style.
It's exciting to see her like in this version.
Yeah, no, she's, it was really exciting for us to kind of re-envision her role in the game. And so this is actually, as you saw in the cinematic at the start here, this is Tawna from another dimension.
Wall jump!
And so this is kind of our version of a unique, kind of playable version of Tawna.
Old Tawna.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. And she's got definitely, one thing that's been really cool seeing all the different
She can wall jump a lot farther than Mario and Luigi can, apparently.
characters for Crash 4 is, Crash
Death.
and Coco have a very traditional play style for, Crash Bandicoot, but then you have,
Yeah, I always saw the beginning of that cutscene where they were hanging up upside down on a rope. But yeah.
Vortex who kind of uses his blaster to change enemies, and then recently revealed Dingo Dial and his vacuum cannon. So what sets Tawna apart?
Vacuum cannon, not like I said, reminds me of Luigi's Mansion gameplay. Actually, Dingo Dial's playstyle reminds me of Luigi's Mansion.
Play-wise that we're seeing here.
Yeah, so Tawna's kind of all about being like an action hero.
Yeah, she looks like it.
And so for her, she's actually got a couple of really unique maneuvers that kind of change her gameplay when compared to Crash and Coco or the other playable character.
Her midair stomp. It reminds me of Coco's from Wrath of Cortex, actually.
Primarily, she has what we call her hook shot. It's kind of a grappling hook that allows her to traverse the level really speedily. And then you can also see she's the only character that can wall jump. And so for her, it's all about
Crash character that can wall jump.
kind of quick traversal and comboing these different maneuvers together.
Oh, there's that hook.
Cool.
And there's some mirror version.
Going from a rope swing to a hook shot to a rail grind to a wall jump.
Oh, Angel Death!
It's all about being fast and nimble in ways
Her
that
Angel Death animation. Never thought I'd see that.
their characters aren't.
Nice. I love her design too. Like
It's
just
pretty
like
cool.
the leg warmers and the hair. Like it's very like 80s action hero.
Yeah. I love it.
Also, some of
Yeah.
these enemies are just like my god, they're just I've never seen anything like it. And for a Crash game, and yeah, they're really crazy looking.
This is actually something that our art team was really focused on, was kind of making her seem like she's been on adventures. And
By the way, this level looks tricky.
she's kind of found, her own personal style and way forward in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we're seeing color splash out of her here. What's going on there?
Yeah, so this is actually a look at one of our newly revealed modes called Inverted Mode. And so it's our kind of souped up take on a mirror mode. And so what we've got is kind of an inverted level layout, but then also each of the dimensions has their own new and unique kind of art style and experience. And so this one that we're showing off today that Tawna's playing through is one where the world is black and white, but all of the actions that you do paint to the environment.
Okay, very
Like
cool.
Paper Mario Color Splash and Epic Mickey, I forgot.
Gotta watch out for those sharks.
Yeah, it looks like, no matter what character you're playing in Crash 4, that familiar but, challenging but fair difficulty is there.
You can grab stuff off the distance with your rope or hook shot.
I wanted to ask a question, Mandy, for you, what it was like revisiting
That's
a
neat.
character like...
It's like Sandy's Lasso and Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah.
like, Tawna, who's familiar, but this is a different take, and, she's been kind of out of the picture for a little while. What was it like bringing her back in this new way?
It was really cool. I mean, the nice thing about doing an alternate universe character is it's kind of a blank canvas. So obviously I had the art to go on as to what she looked like, but it was really fun trying to figure out who she was and what her place in the story was.
Looks like some straight out of Ratchet and Clank or Hell, the Robots movie by Blue Sky.
Sorry, I love this recycle bit.
Yeah. If you gotta go, as long as you can be useful and repurposed in your afterlife, that's good.
Those are my new favorite enemies, the fucking floating recycling bins.
Yeah, in the future they can even reuse Bandicoot corpses.
That's good. You
Dark.
gotta get resourceful. That's awesome.
Trampoline enemies.
One thing I'm curious about
Scrubber.
is with
a different kind of scrubber.
Different characters being playable. So how does it work for, you pick up the game and you start playing? Is it like a linear progression of stages and you'll play different characters for different stages, or can you go back to the same levels as a different character? Kind of how does it work for when folks are going to be playing it?
Yeah, how does it work in the sense of like the world map or whatever?
Sure. So the main adventure is a linear series of stages. We've kind of taken our cue from Crash Bandicoot 1.
Yeah.
We've got what we call the dimensional map, which is kind of this overview of the levels, and that allows us to introduce new mechanics and new characters along the way. Now, the three additional playable characters, Tawna, Cortex, and Dingodile, will be introduced with their own main level story to get you up to speed on how they play, what their movesets are, so we can kind of train you on how to play.
Sorry, I was just thinking about how much I love the new trash can enemies. I zoned out for a second there.
Will be introduced with their own main level story.
I had to rewind for a couple
characters along the way. Now, the three additional playable characters, Tawna, Cortex, and Dingodile, will be introduced with their own main level story to get you up to speed on how they play, what their movesets are, so we can kind of train you on how to play them and introduce their storylines. But from that point on, they actually are mostly in these optional levels that we call timelines. And so these timelines are these really fun levels where half of the level is playing as these unique characters in their own level section. And then you see how their story interacts with Crash and Coco.
So it's more like this is like the sideline of what's happening?
Oh. So it's kind of like Sonic Adventure, where there's only certain points throughout the game where all the where certain characters' storylines intertwine with one another.
Yes, exactly. And so it was kind of fun is, when we were working on this and, when Mandy was doing the writing and figuring out how we wanted to do this, we kind of joked, of each of these different characters being, a villain is doing stuff to hinder Crash and Coco. Dingodile is just kind of an accidental tourist in all of this, and so he's mostly just kind of causing havoc unknowingly. But then Tawna is all about almost being kind of like a guardian angel on the sidelines.
Yeah. The opposite of what Cortex is doing.
For him.
That's awesome. And I like that it's kind of this interesting contrast to Cortex, who's kind of causing destruction that might hinder the progress of, Crash and Coco and their stages. But, the one thing I'm curious about, too, is from a gameplay and sort of narrative perspective, like, Tawna's, her abilities to, like, everything from her animations, whereas Crash might have sort of like a belly flop or something like that. She has this really, like, intentional ground pound. What does her new design sort of say about her
underwater
as a character in Crash 4?
Sure. I mean, Mandy, do you want to speak to that?
Sure. I think the biggest thing is it speaks to her past in her universe, which you don't really see, but just the fact that she's an experienced, capable adventurer. This really isn't her first rodeo, and so I think that really shows through her animations and her moveset and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This underwater level is just I love how it, like, she's kind of slowed down and has to move a little bit more.
It seems like it's very hard to see in these underwater levels.
alley, I guess.
Yeah. Is that another inverted level?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is actually the inverted version of this future dimension, and so it totally changes the way that the level feels.
It really does,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that because it really just adds to the replayability of, like, you think you already know how this level runs, and then going through it again with this different style, it just adds that extra layer.
Yeah.
Does the music have an underwater filter to it, like just like what Mario games do? That only ever happens in the 3D games, like starting with Mario Galaxy, but still, I think that's what's happening here.
Yeah, it's really fun because what we found is playing the Crash games, you build a muscle memory.
Oh yeah.
And so you end up, like, you actually see, especially now that we have this death counter, you see your, skill grow, which is by kind of replaying it and knowing the challenges. And so
yeah, it's lots of video games.
So we wanted to create a mode that completely messed with that.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, he's not wrong. Playing mirror mode in Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing feels very disorienting at first. It's like forget everything you know about the stage, and you have to develop brand new muscle memory for this now mirrored version of this stage. And yeah.
Legally made your muscle memory betray you, and you actually had to learn and relearn the levels over again to make it feel really fresh.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, that's really cool, and I'm also just a huge fan of seeing. I love wall jumps in game, and growing up with side-scrolling platformers from the 8 and 16-bit era, wall jumping it can be so liberating and
wall jumping is great.
There's such precision and skill, so it's fun to see that in a Crash game. Also, it's fun to see enemies stacked on top of each other to take you out with flailing cutlasses. So yeah, what are we looking at now?
I think even in Donkey Kong.
Oh, in terms of play here.
Look at the
gibbet. Yeah, so we wanted to show off a little bit more Crash and Coco, of course.
Burn!
Just kind of.
She has a burning animation now.
Enough to make sure to know that they're in the game as well.
I'm loving her pirate costume.
Yeah, that's actually the other thing that we recently unveiled is that you can actually find gems in levels and kind of.
The icons change depending on what the character is wearing too. Like for their mug shots up in the upper right corner, yeah.
Earn gems, and these gems are used level by level to.
I honestly didn't think that was going to happen.
You can actually find gems in levels and kind of earn gems, and these gems are used level by level to unlock additional skins for the game.
Nice.
And so this is something that's, it's not a microtransaction or a purchase, it's purely, a game experience thing, but we wanted to show off some of those skins, especially the ones that are fun because they're
I like your double jump pose.
To the world that you're in. And so we started the video taking a look at Tawna in kind of a pirate-themed dimension level. And here we've got Coco doing some similar exploration, but in a different level and wearing her awesome pirate outfit.
Nice. I loved earlier when she was able to whip one enemy right into the other.
Yeah.
So satisfying.
Yep.
And yeah, in the interest of showing off the variety of Crash 4, I guess it's just worth noting that this is pre-recorded gameplay. We're not doing this live as we're talking, just because we did want to be able to kind of show a bunch of different examples of the gameplay all at once. But I'm loving this world and sort of the pirate theme. And I did get a chance to play a little bit of Crash 4 and try these.
It definitely gives off Donkey Kong Country vibes to me. And a lot of the enemies remind me of Donkey Kong Country as well, not just some of the worlds.
Like rail grinding sequences, and it's a lot of fun. One thing I really liked is that when you're controlling them underneath, on the underside of the rail, is that you have control over kind of where their body's angled, so you can kind of dodge incoming attacks. Oh, look at this outfit!
Crash's outfit, so good.
Yeah, this
the master of subtlety.
That's right.
Look at it.
That is just something.
So this is his future getup.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Future.
This is what we're all gonna look like in the future, so get used to it.
You heard it here first.
Yep. Anything to make me feel alive, this is what I could use. I love this. So this is the same sort of themed stage as we were looking at with Tawna underwater, but this is just its sort of default look. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Okay.
So this is what we call the snacks dimension, because this is kind of the culinary capital of the universe. This is the Neon City, and there are food trucks throughout. And it's actually what we wanted to do was make a futuristic world that was ultra, happy and positive. We didn't want to make, a super dark, depressing dystopia. We actually went and, made this super fun, super vibrant, futuristic city, and we actually have signage of
literally Back to the Future. And by that I mean Back to the Future theme.
different cultures and different languages represented, because this is just the hangout of the universe.
That's great, and we're also, seeing some of the quantum mass gameplay here.
Back to the future theme returns from Crash 3 is what I was trying to say.
So that will change the different elements of the gameplay, from flowing time to phasing things in and out of reality and what have you. So one thing just worth calling out there.
Are those steamers like the ones in Crash 1, but giant?
But we're just about out of time. Lou, Mandy, thank you so much for joining us on PlayStation Underground.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, and Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, hits PS4 on October 2nd, 2020.
And I like the Jazz Club music. Let me like the video, add it to favorites, and like I've done with every other fucking Crash Bandicoot 4 video that I've seen. So yeah. And playable demo next week. All right, so where do I even start? Fucking shit. All right. Let me do this, and let me okay, so I have thoughts. That felt very long. It felt longer than 14 minutes. Well, because I was talking in between. But yeah, that's why it felt long. But that's why it felt longer than 14 minutes. So yeah, this video is 22 minutes. Yeah. Excuse me. Why am I so? Oh boy, where do I even begin? Let me do what I used to do. Go on Twitter, see people's reactions on Twitter, and see. And I like Crash's face here, where he's looking at Tom. But and I just found some cool fan art of Tawna, and apparently this is what her hook. I guess someone was observant enough to draw what it really looks like, and I guess it looks something like this. More mechanical than I would have thought. But anyway, first off, finally seeing a full cutscene for the game was. I'm speechless. I'm so happy to finally see a full cutscene for the game, because every other time there was cutscenes shown off, we could only there was commentary over it. You couldn't even understand what the characters were saying. And the person we've heard speak the most dialogue was Dr. Cortex. But now we finally got to see a full-on cutscene with Crash, Coco, and Tawna, and it was a really awesome interaction. And still I was still skeptical about the character designs, but seeing them in motion, seeing the animations and certain expressions, it feels certain expressions, it feels just right. Like Crash finally got to the point where actually it feels like he looks like Crash to me, and looks more even. But seeing Coco finally animated in a full cutscene was nice to see, and finally was able to it finally felt right seeing her expressions in the game, and so I already talked about the gameplay throughout the video, but this I was to say about the voice acting I checked on I think IMDb is where I checked. Me and my friend Michael checked to see the voice cast, and apparently it's still the same voice cast from the remakes, but the characters just sound so different. I can't even tell. Like Crash sounds a little different, but there are certain voice lines that he has where I could tell it was Jess Harnell still. But Coco and Tawna, I get. I saw that Derry is still voicing Coco, but it doesn't sound like her at all. It doesn't sound like her at all. And I'm not sure if Misty Lee is reprising her role as Tawna either. It sounds like a completely different person altogether. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said before, it'd be a little strange to replace some of these voice actors who've been around since the very beginning. I mean, Debbie Derryberry is the longest running voice actor in the whole series. She's been in the series since 2001. It'd be very surprising to replace her, but yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it was a real treat seeing this overall. Currently, while I'm recording this video, I'm like halfway through my Crash Bandicoot marathon, playing the original trilogy, and so like for example, I'm at the point where excuse me, where I'm a rude son of a bitch, but I'm at the point where I'm about to start getting time relics in Crash 2 again, and yeah, I'm literally halfway through. And so yeah, it's only taking me like 4 or 5 days to complete each of the first two games. Crash Warped might take me about a week or so. About a little over a week, or it's what happened last time. The last time I played, a year and a half ago. So I don't know. Point is, I still got time. Excuse me. I still got time to finish the original trilogy and then have some time to simmer between the original trilogy and Crash 4. So yeah, I still have to pre-order Crash 4 though. But yeah. The more news I find out about the game, the more and more excited I get. And so this video is like a half hour at this point. So with that, I'm going to bid you all adieu. I'm going to in a little bit. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to start with the time relics for Crash 2, and so I'll see how hard it is to get the gold relics. Because last time I played, I didn't get the gold relics for Crash 1 and 2, and now I am. So because you had to in Crash Warped in order to get the super secret final gem. But anyway, let me see. So I'm guessing Tawna is the last playable character that they're going to show off. Either the last playable character revealed for the game, or I'm guessing there's not going to be more. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, once again, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make, and by the way, Tawna's new design looks fucking awesome. Even if her face looks a little weird, like I said, they did. Like I've said before, you already know how you already know how much I've been. You already know how skeptical I was of the designs at first. But I'll talk more about that in a video before Crash 4 comes out. So yeah. Once again, stay tuned for more videos. And once again, I am Alex Swimmer, aka AP3Jump. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Excuse me. And I'm burping like Zem here from Crash Nacho Kart. Ugh, tasty.